I'm 74 and still traveling. These 5 rules saved my life abroad. Have you ever stood in line at the airport, suitcase in hand, heart fluttering with excitement, and maybe just a touch of nerves, wondering, am I really doing this at my age? If you have, you're not alone. These days, more and more folks over 70 are packing their bags, grabbing their passports, and heading off to see the world. Retirement doesn't mean sitting still. It means having the freedom to finally go where you've always wanted. Whether it's sipping espresso in Italy, watching cherry blossoms fall in Japan, or just visiting your grandkids in another state, travel after 70 is one of life's greatest joys. But let's be honest for a second. Traveling at this age isn't quite the same as it was in our 30s or 40s. Our knees creak a little more. Sleep can be a little trickier, and catching that a cold abroad can knock us off our feet for days. That's why today we're talking about 5 simple but powerful health rules that you should never break when traveling abroad after 70. These aren't complicated medical checklists or long lectures. These are practical, easy-to-follow habits that can mean the difference between a trip filled with joy and one cut short by fatigue, illness, or stress. So let's dive right in with the first rule, and it's one many people overlook until it's too late. Hydration is plain old water. It might sound simple, but staying hydrated is absolutely essential when you're on the move, especially on airplanes, long bus rides, or when sightseeing in a warm climate. As we age, our sense of thirst naturally dulls. That means you might not even feel thirsty, but your body is already running low on fluids. And the result? Fatigue, dizziness, confusion, even constipation and urinary infections. Now I know some of you might be thinking, but I don't want to keep running to the bathroom every 20 minutes while I'm on a tour. I hear you. The key isn't to guzzle water all at once. It's to sip it steadily throughout the day. Bring a lightweight, refillable bottle and make it a habit to take small sips every 15 to 20 minutes, especially when walking around or sitting in dry, air-conditioned spaces like planes or museums. And try to cut back on alcohol or caffeine. They dehydrate you faster than you think. Hydration keeps your energy up, your joints happy, and your brain sharp, no matter what time zone you're in. Speaking of energy, let's talk about food. Not just any food, your food. Rule number 2 is this: never skip meals or drastically change your eating habits abroad without a plan. Our bodies thrive on routine, especially as we age. When you suddenly switch up your meal times, portion sizes, or types of food, it can throw everything off: your blood sugar, digestion, and even your mood. Now, I'm not saying don't try that famous street food in Bangkok or the handmade pasta in Rome. Absolutely indulge, but do it smartly. If you know you have sensitive digestion, or if you're on medications that require food at specific times, make a plan. Pack healthy snacks you're familiar with: a protein bar, a small bag of almonds, maybe a piece of fruit if you're out for the day. Keep your stomach from going empty, especially if your schedule changes or there's a delay in meals. And don't forget, restaurant food, especially when traveling, often comes with more salt, sugar, and oil than we're used to. It's okay in moderation, but balance is key. You want to feel energized, not bloated or sluggish while exploring. One smart tip: start the day with a small, protein-rich breakfast, even just eggs or plain yogurt, and avoid heavy meals right before bed, especially when crossing time zones. Your gut and your sleep will thank you. And that brings us to something travelers often ignore until it catches up with them: rest. No matter how exciting your destination is, rule number 3 is simple: do not overpack your days. At home, we've gotten used to pacing ourselves. We rest when we need to. But on vacation, suddenly we're trying to walk 5 miles through ancient ruins, then join a group dinner, then catch a local show all in the same day. But here's the truth: your body doesn't know you're on vacation. It still needs rest, just like it does at home. Maybe more. New environments, walking on uneven terrain, dealing with weather changes or time zone shifts. It all adds up. You may be mentally excited, but physically, you might be pushing too hard. So what's the solution? Schedule rest into your itinerary just like you would a tour or meal. Give yourself a quiet hour after lunch. Choose hotels with comfortable seating and quiet spaces. Maybe every third day, plan a slower morning or an early evening in. This doesn't mean missing out. It means enjoying more because you'll feel refreshed, not worn down. Remember, travel isn't a race, it's about experience. And you don't need to be in motion the whole time to create unforgettable memories. Now that we've touched on staying hydrated, eating smart, and not overloading your schedule, it's clear that small habits make a big difference. Just because you're over 70 doesn't mean you have to travel cautiously. It means you have to travel wisely. You've earned the right to explore the world on your terms, and keeping your body in balance is what makes it possible to enjoy every second of it. Let's keep going, because there's another crucial health rule you should never break while traveling, and it has everything to do with one part of your body that's especially vulnerable when you're far from home, your feet. Yes, those loyal feet that have carried you through decades of life. Rule number 4 is one many people overlook until they're limping through a museum or stuck in their hotel room icing their ankles. Protect your feet like royalty. Think about it. When you travel, you're likely doing more walking than usual, often on hard pavement, cobblestones, or uneven paths. That's a lot of pressure on your joints, muscles, and especially the delicate skin on your heels and toes. And here's the thing, after 70, our feet are simply not as forgiving. The fat pads that used to cushion each step may have thinned out. The skin might be more prone to cracking. Circulation can slow down. And if you have diabetes, arthritis, or any past foot injuries, it's even more important to give your feet extra care. Start by investing in shoes that support you like a trusted friend. Well-cushioned, breathable, with a secure fit and a non-slip sole. This is not the time for stylish sandals or old tennis shoes that have worn down at the heel. Your travel shoes should feel like you could wear them all day and still be smiling by dinner. If you're shopping for new ones, make sure to break them in at home well before your trip. Socks matter too. Go for moisture-wicking, non-binding socks that help prevent blisters and reduce swelling. And when you're at the hotel, take a few minutes at the end of each day to elevate your feet. Maybe massage them gently, or even bring a small, portable foot roller for comfort. Your feet are your foundation while you travel. Treat them kindly, and they'll take you wherever your heart wants to go. Now, while we're on the topic of treating our bodies with kindness, let's talk about the 5th rule, a rule that many seasoned travelers don't even realize they're breaking until it becomes a major issue. Never ignore your medications and medical documents. I get it. Travel is supposed to be freeing, spontaneous, lighthearted. Who wants to be bogged down thinking about pill boxes or prescription labels? But here's the truth. Forgetting just one medication or not being prepared with the right documents can turn a joyful trip into a stressful emergency. So here's what to do. Before you even zip up your suitcase, sit down and make a list, not just of your medications, but of your dosages, times you take them, and what each one is for. This isn't just for your reference. It's in case you lose your meds or need to explain your prescriptions to a foreign doctor or pharmacist. Keep that list in both digital and printed form, tucked safely in your bag or with your passport. Next, pack extra. If you're going for a week, bring enough for 10 days or more. Delays happen, flights get canceled, luggage gets lost. Don't rely on the idea that you can just find it there. Depending on where you go, your exact medication might not be available, or worse, the foreign version might interact with your body differently. If any of your prescriptions require refrigeration or special storage, plan ahead. There are insulated pouches and small portable coolers made specifically for medications. And always, always keep your meds in your carry-on bag, not your checked luggage. And one more thing, consider wearing a small medical ID bracelet or carrying a card that lists any major health conditions, allergies, or implanted devices. You never plan for emergencies, but being prepared makes all the difference if one arises. It's not paranoia, it's smart travel. So let's pause here for a moment. Think about what we've covered so far. You're drinking water throughout the day, eating mindfully to support your energy, giving yourself the rest your body needs, protecting your feet so they can carry you from wonder to wonder, and staying on top of your medications like the seasoned traveler you are. Does it sound like a lot? Maybe a little, But here's the thing. It doesn't take much effort once you build these habits in. They become part of your rhythm, part of your daily travel flow. And the reward? You get to experience every sight, sound, and flavor your destination has to offer fully, not from the sidelines, not from a hotel bed recovering, but with confidence, comfort, and joy. Because here's what I want you to remember. Traveling after 70 isn't about slowing down. It's about being intentional. It's about doing the little things that protect your health so you can chase big dreams. You've worked hard, raised families, built lives, overcome losses, and gained wisdom. And now you deserve the world. Let's keep going because while we've talked about the basics, hydration, food, rest, foot care, and medication, there's still more we can do to make every journey feel less stressful and more secure. And it starts with something we don't always think about until we're in a tight spot far from home: peace of mind. That's right. One of the most powerful things you can pack doesn't go in your suitcase at all. It's the feeling that no matter where you are in the world, you're ready. And that brings us to something that quietly supports all the health habits we've talked about so far: being prepared for the what-ifs. Let's be honest. Unexpected things can happen when you travel. A missed flight, a sudden headache, a sprained ankle, or even just a language barrier at the pharmacy. These little hiccups can feel a lot bigger when you're far from home, especially if you're not sure what to do next. But here's the good news. Just a bit of preparation can take that anxiety and turn it into confidence. Start with travel insurance. Now, I know, not the most exciting topic. It's tempting to skip it, especially if you haven't needed it before. But here's the truth. Once you are over 70, your regular health insurance probably doesn't cover you outside your home country. That means if you need emergency care abroad, even something as routine as a prescription refill or a trip to urgent care, it could cost you hundreds or even thousands of dollars. A good travel insurance plan, especially one that covers medical expenses and emergency evacuation, can be a true lifesaver. You might never need it, but if you do, you'll be so glad you have it. And don't forget to make copies of important documents: your passport, medical list, insurance info, emergency contacts. Keep one copy in your suitcase, another in your carry-on, and consider leaving one with a family member or trusted friend back home. If your wallet or bag goes missing, having that backup can make all the difference. Now, here's something that's just as important, but often forgotten. Stay connected, not just to the world, but to people who care about you. Before your trip, let someone know where you're going, how long you'll be there, and how to reach you. You don't have to check in every hour, but a quick message now, and then lets your loved ones know you're safe and gives you peace of mind too. And while we're talking about peace of mind, let's take a moment to reflect on why you're doing all of this in the first place. Why you're planning, packing, and preparing so carefully. Because somewhere deep inside, you know this stage of life isn't about slowing down. It's about savoring, about finding joy in new places, about proving to yourself, and maybe to others, that you are still curious, still brave, and still very much alive. You see, traveling after 70 isn't just about seeing new places. It's about rediscovering parts of yourself. That sense of adventure you had in your 20s, it's still there. The poor did trying something for the first time, still possible. The excitement of meeting someone new, seeing a sunset from a different sky, or hearing a language you don't understand but still feel moved by, that doesn't fade with age. In fact, it becomes more meaningful because every trip is no longer just a vacation. It's a celebration of everything you've learned, everything you've overcome, and everything you still hope to discover. So when you think about these 5 health rules: hydration, smart eating, pacing yourself, foot care, and managing your meds and documents, it's not about being cautious. It's about being free. Free to go where you want, when you want, and know you can handle whatever comes your way. And if you're watching this and thinking, I haven't traveled in years, or I'm not sure if I can do it anymore, let me tell you something from the heart. You can. Maybe your trips look different than they used to. Maybe they're slower, quieter, more intentional. But that doesn't make them any less magical. In fact, I'd argue they're even more so because you've earned them. You've earned the right to rest when you need to, speak up when something doesn't feel right, and choose experiences that fill your soul instead of your schedule. You've earned the boost of being able to sit in a foreign cafe, watch the world go by and think, I made it here. I'm living this moment. And if you're already out there exploring, keep going, keep sharing your stories. You're inspiring more people than you realize. Your friends, your grandkids, even total strangers who see you walking through the airport with your backpack and your smile and think, I want to be like that someday. Because it's not about age, it's about attitude. So before you click away, I want to invite you to do something simple. Share your thoughts in the comments. Have you traveled recently? Do you have a health tip or travel story of your own? I'd love to hear it, and I know others will too. We're all in this together, learning from each other and lifting each other up. And if this video gave you even one helpful idea, I'd be so grateful if you'd click that like button, share it with a friend, or subscribe for more tips and stories made just for our generation. Let's keep dreaming, keep going, and keep living fully. Fully, wherever the road may lead. Because life doesn't stop after 70. In many ways, the best part is just getting started. Here's to safe journeys, full hearts, and the kind of memories that last a lifetime. Thank you so much for spending your time with us today. If this video gave you something to think about or made you smile, please give it a like, share it with a friend, and don't forget to subscribe for more wisdom every week. We'd love to hear your thoughts. Leave a comment below and join the conversation. Your voice matters. Your story matters. Until next time, stay wise, stay kind, and take care.